So, you're thinking about moving to France, and you might also be wondering if you're a little crazy for even thinking about it. I know that feeling, because I went through the exact same thing. Back in 2020, my partner Dee asked me a question that changed everything. She said, "What are we doing here? Why aren't we chasing our dream of living in France?" At the time, it sounded a little crazy, but it also felt a little daring, and honestly pretty exciting. That question started an adventure that eventually brought us here. Once we decided to do it, the game was on. No dithering. I made the move my full-time job. I planned the whole thing out. Spreadsheets, checklists, action plans everywhere. By the time we got on the plane to come over here, I had the big pieces lined up. Transportation, where we were going to live, banking, healthcare, even how we were getting our dog over here. I didn't want to just understand the move. I needed to know how it actually worked and turn that into a plan. We were going to make it work. And if you're watching this, you might be somewhere in that same moment right now, thinking about what life might look like if you actually made the move. Because when people imagine moving to France, they picture the good parts: cafe terraces, village markets, wine with dinner instead of rushing through another Tuesday night. And the truth is that France absolutely exists. I mean, isn't that why we all move here? But here's the part of moving to France that people don't always think about at the beginning: the visa applications, the paperwork, the bank appointments where you're not entirely sure what just happened, but you're pretty certain you signed something important. The moment you realize the person explaining the process you have to follow doesn't speak English, and your French is limited to ordering a croissant. There are forms you submit more than once because France. Processes that take longer than you expected, and plenty of moments where you look at each other and say, do we actually know what we're doing? But here's the thing. Thousands of people move to France every year. It can absolutely be done. You just have to understand how the process works. All the practical steps that have to line up before you ever get on the plane. Now, France has a reputation for bureaucracy. And to be fair, they've earned it. They love paperwork. But there is a way to play their game. When we started this adventure, we didn't just pick a place on the map and move. We spent almost a year traveling across France, trying to figure out where we actually wanted to live. We looked in 10 different regions: Provence, Burgundy, the Southwest, the Atlantic coast. We almost bought property in each of them. They were beautiful places, but nothing quite felt right. Eventually, we found ourselves in a small village in the Loire Valley, where we bought an old winery and decided to build our new life. But along the way, we learned something important. Most of what we needed to know about moving to France, we had to figure out on our own, and sometimes we made a few expensive mistakes along the way. That tends to focus the mind. After going through all of that, I realized something. Nobody had written the guide I wish we had when we started, so I started putting everything we learned in one place. If you're seriously thinking about moving to France, go to wegotfrench.com and look for the section called How to Move to France. It's free, and it walks you through the whole process so you can understand what you're getting into. And if you want the complete roadmap on how I actually did it, I wrote a book on it. It's called Get Frenched. It covers the visas, the paperwork, buying property, and all the practical things that catch people by surprise once they arrive. Things that will save you time, headaches, and very likely money. Moving to France is absolutely possible, but it helps to know what you're getting into. If you're curious about the book, just search Get Frenched, Paul Blanchard, on Amazon, and you'll find it.